Okay, first Christmas story. Dad's story is called Dad's Car Bobsleigh Skeleton Christmas First Story.
Oh, well, this is a big story I'm going to read. One day, Carl was able to go to winter sports at the snow centre. But when they got to the races, he saw what was on the course. It was a skeleton bobsleigh.
Yay!
Oh my word, what on earth is that? Said Carl. Just then, Peter Pan and friends and the hunting dogs arrived in to join in and said, "Hello, Carl. How are you?" "I'm Peter Pan. Here's Wendy, Michael, John, Tinkerbell and the Lost Boys. And Captain Hook and some of his pirates. There's Jane, there's Father, there's Mother, there's Nana, there's Jane again, there's the crocodile, do 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 do, and of course the octopus."
Got 2 Janes.
"And the hunting dogs to catch." So Luke and Carl got to the skeletons, and Pan said, "The Neverland crowd are here today for the race for the Snowy Valley and back to the sporty snow Woolworths race. The winner gets all the stuff. Carl was going to win the competition for the race, and he says, "I can go faster than any of you. The Lost Boys, the dogs, to make..." "And it makes sense of me beating you. When you're going to win, like Edward and the Great, and you can chase after it like Rusty and the Boulder," Carl said to the Lost Boys. "But you can win the race to Woolworths." "Of course I can," Pan continued, and now Carl and Luke were ready in the car for the race. Tinkerbell and Wendy is ready to go too, and the dogs are ready to catch them up. Luke got into the car and was on a skeleton ready to race. And Pan says, "On your marks, set, go!" And Carl was off, and Hook says, "This is part of where you fly away and catch up to Carl." And they flew off, catching up, and Hook says, "This is the part where you run away and catch up to Wendy." So Wendy and Tinkerbell were in front of the car, and Carl caught up. There was the dogs barking as they ran off, catching up to them all. Luke was driving the skeleton bobsleigh car. He was going very fast. Wendy and Tinkerbell were catching him up and were flying very, 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 very fast. The hunting dogs are catching up and running very fast. And Hook switched to bobsleigh points and followed Luke and Carl onto the race snow. Carl steered his steering wheel and swerved down the way, and Wendy swerved the car, and Tinkerbell flew straight through, and the dogs went straight through to where Tinkerbell went, through the bobsleigh tunnels. Whoa, look at that. Carl went through the light tunnel and the dogs were in the tunnel too. And when they come out of the tunnel, they burst into snow, but suddenly there was a bobsleigh roller coaster. "Whoa, watch out, bobsleigh roller coaster! We're all coming through!" On the snow roller coaster until they went down, down, down the hill very, 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 very fast.
Hold tight!
Hold tight! Luke was scared. "Oh!" said Luke and Carl. They bounced up and down, and suddenly they saw a loop. "Oh no, it's a loop!
Hold
tight! This is fun," said Luke, and they saw Tinkerbell and the dogs at the bottom of the hill. Carl went down, 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 and again, and again, and again. "Oh!" they screamed. "Oh!" Suddenly there was a bobsleigh crossing.
Help!
Carl and Wendy went through, and Tinkerbell and the dogs went through it as well. Dogs barking very loudly. And Carl and Wendy went through the curb and into the neck. And when they got to the finish line,
Neck and
neck, Carl shot past the line and went into Woolworths. But then there was trouble. Carl went through Woolworths and spun round and round and round, and they bumped through the doors and crashed straight into the trolleys. And crashed into the car, and Luke fell out of the skeleton. "Oh! Ouch!" shouted Luke. "Oh!" cried Carl. And then the skeleton went through the outside door and went bang! The skeleton went down the side, and then it happened, and the skeleton landed on the frozen water and went crack bump. The skeleton stopped, skeleton slopes were broken. Tinkerbell and Dogs went through the line, and luckily, Luke and Carl weren't hurt, but Wendy was worried. Luke was feeling very sad and sick and dizzy, and very hurt, but he bumped his head on the floor, and his head hurt. And Carl was dented and suddenly saw a shadow coming towards us. Then they saw something coming towards them, and out of nowhere Wendy arrived. "Luke, are you all right?" "Yes," said Luke. "And Carl, are you all right?" "Yes," said Carl. But Luke's legs weren't hurt, and Carl's jets weren't hurt. But it all worked okay. Wendy took them a bag, and they went back to the race and went to the first aid, where the nurse and the doctor and the workmen were waiting. Luke went into bed, and the nurse gave Luke took his temperature, and doctor gave Luke some bandages to bandage his head, and the workman got to the car and mended him. And Luke knew he must watch TV doing skeleton races, and Hook says, "Here is another race now, Peter Pan. Can you go on a skeleton and the Lost Boys and the Hurting Dogs go on the skeletons?" They all went on the skeletons. Luke says, "On your mark, set, go!" And they went off again. They went down the slope, went down the race in the King of the Swingers of the Jungle VIP. I reached what?
And they started to sing. "Now I'm the king of the swingers, all the jungle VIP. I've reached the top and had to stop, and
That's what's bothering me. I wanna be a man cub and stroll right into town. I'll freak just like the other men. I'm tired of monkeying around. Oh, Ruby-doo, I wanna be like you. I wanna walk like you, look like you.
Yes,
It's true.
I mean like me.
Ba-ba-doo-ba-doo-doo.
Give it to me. Don't try to give me my cup. I don't care in the stew. But I desire is magnified so I can be like you. Give me the secret man cup and clue me what to do. Give me the power of man's with flower and make my dream come true. All right, I wanna be like you.
Ba-ba-doo-ba-doo-doo.
I wanna walk like you should, talk like you should too.
Ba-ba-doo-ba-doo-doo.
Yes, it's true. Shoo-be-doo. And ain't like me. Dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. Girl, listen to me. Yeah, that's it. All right, I wanna be like you. I wanna walk like you should, talk like you should too. Yes, it's true. And ain't like me. Give it to me. Yeah, that's it. One more time. Give it to me. Yeah, that's it. One more time. Yeah, give it to me. Like someone like you. Carry on, Dad.
They then reached the finishing line, and we won the race, but Luke is still waiting to get better again, and the workman works hard to get the car mended. The doctor gave Luke some drink of milk and strawberry juice. He drank some milk for the first drink, and then Luke slurps it up with a straw, and the next thing is the juice and slurps it. And then car come back mended. Luke was feeling much better, so decided they would do another race, and went back outside to the snow and saw their friends waiting for them. Just then Wendy arrived. "Pam thinks you both brave." "Chaps, Luke and you very brave slide down the slope on the roller coaster and made them both feel sick. And got Luke to first aid, and you watch TV and you feel much better now." Workman says it being mended again and got it working again, and now you have another race today. "Yes," they said, "it's now time for 2 races in one day. Now for our skeleton race is Luke in the car versus Peter Pan, Wendy, Michael, John and Tinkerbell. They're all ready to go." The Lost Boys said, "Ready, aim, fire!"
Ready? I'm fire!
And they were all off for another one. The Lost Boys, Captain Hook, Smee versus Crocodile and Octopus, and the dogs sparked with excitement. "Bark, bark, 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 bark. Bark, 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 go!" And they were off. Carl was sliding down the slope, and the others were catching them up. They got to the line, and Carl won, and the others coming on, and the Lost Boys and Hunting Dog and Pan says, This is our final race today for Luke in the car. Hook and Crocodile Lost Boys hunting. Off you go! And they're off. Captain Hook got to the car. Suddenly he saw a crocodile. The crocodile's trying to get Hook. Smee! He shouted. The crocodile gets very hungry. The dogs and Lost Boys. The crocodile got eaten by Hook and went snap. And the Lost Boys were tired. Or third. Dogs come fourth, and the car won the car in the championship. Crocodile was second, Lost Boys were third, and the dogs were fourth. The car had won the skeleton race, and to help his friends, he got an award for a toy skeleton bobsleigh, as he was very happy to win again. Well done, Luke. Well done, car. Everyone was very happy, and Hook was never seen again. The end.
Right, to be continued.
That was good, Luke.
It's our first Christmas story.
Yeah, that was really good.